Alright, welcome to our third video working on body dynamics. Today I want to work on pendulum action, which relates to kicking. Specifically, we're going to look at front kick today. So in pendulum action, the name comes from like a pendulum in a grandfather clock, so this kind of pattern is the image you get in your head. Other ones I've been taught are more of a seesaw action. Another one, which I've always liked quite a bit, is the idea of your body being like a foosball player. And when I move the lever, that's going to create that action in my hip that I need. Boom, boom. So those are a few different mental images you can get for pendulum action. So when we get more into the theory for pendulum action now, you want to think of it as your pelvis and sacrum to the target with your kick. Boom. So the sacrum is a palm-shaped bone that's on your backside, just above your tailbone. So if I'm performing a front kick from front stance, let's just pretend my hand here is like my sacrum. So I've got it right where that bone is. I'm going to lift my knee up. That's the start of the kick. Knee comes up, sacrum follow. So it's got a bit of a driving action. Boom. Like someone's got their hand on your tailbone and they're just pushing you forward a little bit, tilting your hip. Okay, so let's just go over the steps for front kick. You're going to initiate knee to target. Okay, so you want to get that as high as you can. Your knee should be at least belt or waist height. Then from there, once my knee gets that high, engage the sacrum to target. As I'm doing that, I extend the foot, toes are pulled back, and I'm hitting with the ball of my foot. So ball of the foot, that's part of your foot right under your toes. Some important points for front kick. We already went over this one, but make sure you're lifting your knee up waist height, so prep that knee. That's really important. Then we got to make sure, as we're kicking, I don't want to kick off to the side, wrong direction, always to my own center. So if I was practicing on myself in the mirror, I'd be kicking myself square in the body. So knee to target, kick to center. Now one thing that's really important we haven't gone over yet is the support leg. It's very important that we give this extra attention. If anything, the support leg is more important than the kicking leg. So what I mean by that is I don't want to give up pressure as I do my kick. I have to think driving and breathing into the floor, which is only going to give my kicking leg more power. So I have this feeling of going boom, pressure to the floor, boom, then to target. And in order to get that, another point, we have to make sure our joints are soft. I don't want to be stiff. So already, knees are bent, ankle joints are soft, back is still strong, back muscles, glutes, hamstrings are connected. Okay, but everything else should have a feeling of like a whip. If you're practicing your kick without a target, or even with a target, be careful that you're not hyperextending. Okay, so hyperextension happens when I take my leg past the point that it can straighten. So I don't want that. When I make contact, or if I'm even just kicking in the air, my knee should still have a natural bend. I don't want to straighten it to kick. So here, just a little bit bent. My knee should be above my foot slightly. So when I breathe in my kick, I want to think a breath going out and a breath that emphasizes that snap back of the leg. So as I go pendulum, forward, back, breathing up. It's good to practice these kicks slowly. So if you have some kind of support, like a railing or a chair, even just a wooden sword, like I've got, it's helpful just for balance. So I'm not worried about balance now, I can just work on the dynamic of the kick, which is really beneficial, especially for beginner level, but even for my level, I find it's good just to be able to work on that dynamic, try to get my hips smooth, moving nice and smooth. Okay, so here's a good training tool just for getting a good habit of lifting up your knee. We do this with the kids in class all the time, right? So you can have your toes touching, heels touching, knees bent, pick up your kick. So I'm really forcing myself to have to bring my knee up, otherwise that's going to hurt. Now depending on your flexibility and your height, you'll have to adjust. So you don't need a box, you can use a chair or whatever you got at home, stack of pillows. Okay? This is more than enough. Okay? And if you're someone who's maybe a bit older, a bit out of shape, your flexibility isn't as good, just make sure you're adjusting to what you can work within. Before you spend any time working on kicks, Make sure that you're stretching. So 2 types of stretching, isometric and static. Isometric, it's just like the kind of stretching we do in class when we bow in at first, getting the joints warmed up, trying to get a little bit warmed up. So that's really important. You want to get your knees, ankles, hip joints nice and warmed up. Static stretching would be the one after, so it's a tough habit to get into, but it's very beneficial. Static stretching is where you're holding a stretch, say like a hamstring stretch. I come down and I'll hold this for as long as I can. There are more simple ways you can do that, just from here. This is a really good hamstring stretch as well. Make sure your back is straight. Or you can even just use a chair, put your leg up on that and stretch. Okay, so 3 to 5 minutes. That's going to help you develop flexibility for kicking. So that's just the forward pendulum we always use for front kick. We have other types of pendulum. For example, if we're doing side snap kicks, I have my feet together, I'm taking my knee up, just like front kick, and to the side. So now I have more of a sideways pendulum. Boom. Okay, see how the hip moves, side and back. Okay, if I do spinning back kick, so I come around, right, hip to target, or sacrum, pick the foot up, boom. You can kind of see that pattern. Right, take my hip, sacrum, boom, back and down. In the future, we'll explore more detail on all the different kicks, so front kick, side snap kick, thrust kick, round kick, spinning back kick, and so on. Hey, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and comment below.